welcome to Australian News. I'm Lizzie.
And I'm Caitlin, and today we're going to be showing you a clip of Alex Pullen in the event of snowboard cross at the Sochi Olympics in Russia.
Chubby Pullen had no dramas in his first heat.
Pullen over the last, Ramon in second, Hill in third, but Pullen's through.
But after starting last in his quarter-final of the snowboard cross event, it all came unstuck. Australia's flag bearer at the Sochi Games stumbling after regaining ground, dashing the hopes of the man considered our leading gold medal contender.
Massive problems, and it looks like Pullen's day is going to be done here. Ecuador, Hill, the vault, and Pullen goes home in the quarter-final like he did 4 years ago in Vancouver.
All I can say is I gave it everything. I fought to the end. That's what it's about, especially on days like this. Just up against absolutely everything. It's a full war.
Compatriots Jared Hughes and Cameron Bolton fared little better. Like Pullen, Hughes was bundled out in the quarter-final stage, quite literally, after he was swiped from behind on Team Shad. Bolton made his way through to the semis, but from there it all unravelled. The 23-year-old almost knocked out in this sickening clash.
This is the spot, I reckon. Here, Bolton sideways. Vicinton gone. Massive fall on the head. I hope he's okay.
Courageously, he fought on, battered and bruised in the consolation small final, but hit the deck once again.
And now we're going to have a special guest, Michaela Albertine, come on the show and talk to us a little bit about snowboarding.
Hey guys, what's up?
What can you tell us about the basics of snowboarding?
Well, there's a lot of things that go into it. There's the nerves, the emotional stuff, and then there's scientific. But I guess we should just go with the scientific stuff.
What are the variables at play while you're snowboarding?
Well, there's negative and positive gravity, the initial push, then there's friction with the snowboard and the snow, and then there's air resistance. But we'll start with the initial push. First, the initial push is when they're like this, and they push off like that, and that gives them the force to keep going on the track for a while, until they start going down hills like this. That's the positive gravity that's acting. It's pushing them down the hill, and that gives them enough force to jump off, and that's when negative gravity is happening to push them back down, and then they land the jump.
Here is the equation that corresponds with Newton's laws. Speed equals distance over time.
Now, for example, if a snowboarder was going 4 feet per 2 minutes, he would be going 2 feet per second.
Now here is the equation that represents velocity. Velocity equals displacement over time.
Now, although displacement and distance are similar, they're not the same. Displacement is the distance from zero that they are at their endpoint. And last, the equation for acceleration is delta velocity over delta time. This means change in velocity over change in time.
Now we're going to go a little bit more in depth and talk about air resistance. Air resistance is a negative force. This is at play when it's pushing against the snowboarder. The snowboarder reduces this as much as he can by crouching closer to his snowboard. Now I'm going to be talking about friction. For example, friction is at play in this picture. It's at play because the snowboard is gently going across the snow, creating friction between the two. This causes the snowboarder to go slower. But with the snowboarder's momentum from its initial push and the gravity pulling him, they will continue moving.
And also, adding on to this, the snowboard is waxed to make his ride smoother.
Now I'm going to be talking about Newton's first law. The first law states, what is in motion stays in motion, what is at rest stays at rest. This is in play because the snowboarders are in motion, so they will continuously be in motion. Now I'm going to talk about Newton's second law. The second law reads, force on an object produces acceleration. The equation for this law is force equals mass times acceleration. This law is at play in this photo because of the initial push when the snowboarder is starting at the top of the mountain.
And now, Newton's third law is at play. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. This is because positive gravity is pushing on the snowboarder when he's going down the hill. Then, negative gravity is pushing him back down after he goes on the jump.